திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். புழியர்கோன் வெப்பொழித்த புகிலியர்கோன் கடல் போற்றி, ஆழிமிசை கல்மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் அடி போற்றி, வாழி திரு நாவலூர் வன்றொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி, ஊழிமலி திருவாதவூரர் திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். So today we are continuing our discussion on Sundarar Thevaram Padigam 7.20. We have seen the first 6 songs so far. So today we are going to start from the 7th song. So maybe Madhuri, you can repeat with me.
Sure.
Emberumān unaiyē
ninaindu
ēttuvan eppoḻudum vambu amarum
kuḻalāḻ
ஒரு பாகம் amarndavanē sembonin மாளிகை சூழ் tiruk-kōḷili emberumān anbu-aduvāy அடியேற்கு அவை அட்டித்தர பணியே. Good. So we know that, as you have seen in the first 6 songs, this padigam, in every song is requesting Shiva to deliver the rice from Kundayur to Thiruvarur. And the same request is there in this song also, except that here he does not explicitly refer to that rice. In previous song, like in song number 6, he says, Kuravamarum Podil Sool Kundayur Chila Nellu Petrain. Nellu is paddy. So he says, I got some paddy in Kundayur. That he refers in the previous song, but in this song, it doesn't refer to that at all. So there is no reference to paddy in this song. But he says, Avai atti tarapaniye. Please deliver them. Please deliver that in Thiruvarur. So by referring to that, we have to take the word from the previous verse and use it here for the meaning. In a padigam, this can occur sometimes, right? Every song is independent, but sometimes they may refer to words or phrases that are available in the previous songs, and we have to infer them in the current song. Like that, the Kundayur Chala Nellu Petrain phrase, we have to infer here and use that in the meaning. So in this song, what he is saying is that, Oh Lord, I am always thinking of you, I am always praising you, and you are Ardhanarishwara, and you are in tirukkolili. Please have the paddy delivered in Thiruvarur. That's the gist of this verse. Now we look at the phrases. Emberumān. Peruman means Lord. Em means our. Emberumān is our Lord. Oh, our Lord. That's how. Emberumān is an address. He is calling out to the Lord. Oh Lord. Oh, our Lord. unaiyē ninaindu ēttuvan eppoḻudum. Unaiyē means you alone. Ninaindu is thinking. ēttuvan means I praise. eppoḻudum always. So, oh Lord, I always think of you and praise you. So I always praise you. So he's saying, Sundarar is saying that Shiva is always in his mind and he is always praising him. Whether it's morning, whether it's evening, afternoon, night, at all times he is praising Shiva. He is such a great, ardent devotee. That's what he's highlighting here. And then next line he says, you are Ardhanarishwara. Vambu amarum kuḻalāḻ oru pāgam amarndavanē. So vambu amarum kuḻalāḻ refers to Umadevi, and oru bhagam amarndavanē, you have as one half. So as we know from these verses, there is always a descriptive phrase for whenever Uma is described, right? So instead of simply saying, oh Ardhanarishwara, he is saying Uma, who has Uma as one half, and then he puts a descriptive phrase for Uma, that she's coral-lipped Uma, she is big-eyed Uma, or she has got slender-waisted Uma, that kind of thing. So he always puts a descriptive phrase to describe Uma. So here the phrase that he's using to describe Uma is her hair. Vambu, amarum, kuḻalāḻ. Kuḍal means a woman's hair. In our languages, there are some words that are common to both sexes, and some words which are uniquely used for only one gender, right? So the hair, for example, there are common words which are referring to hair, which can be used for whether man's hair or woman's hair, and then there are words that are used for man's hair only, and there are words that are used for woman's hair only. So like that, kuḍal is something of that kind. So kuḍal is the curly hair, and vambu, amarum, kuḍal. Vambu is fragrance. So always when they describe a woman, they say so and so with fragrant hair. So vambu, amarum. Amardal means to be in, to have. So Uma Devi, who has hair which is fragrant. That's the meaning of vambu, amarum, kuḍalāḻ. So why is her hair fragrant? Typically, when they describe, they often use the attributes that are generally applied to women. Right? The women, they apply, fragrance to their hair. Right? When they take a bath, they put some oils, scents, they put flowers on their hair, so their hair is fragrant. So like that he is describing. He doesn't say why it is fragrant, but he simply describes that Uma with fragrant hair. Oru pāgam amarndavanē. Pāgam is bāgam. Oru is one. So amarndavan means there are two amar here, right? The vambu, amarum, kuḍalāḻ means the hair which is fragrant. And bāgam amarndavanē, here the amarndavan means, amardal here means who likes, who enjoys. So Shiva, who enjoys Uma Devi as one half of his body. That is the meaning of that second line. And then third line is saying, O Lord in tirukkolili. Tirukkolili is the name of the salam where he is singing this padigam. Sembonin māளிகை சூழ் tirukkolili emberumān. So tirukkolili emberumān is O Lord in tirukkolili, and then the previous part of the line is a descriptive phrase for tirukkolili. He is describing tirukkolili as full of fancy mansions. There are a lot of people who are wealthy. The land is fertile land, so they have a lot of wealth, and so there are big houses, mansions in tirukkolili, and that's what he's saying. Sembon. Sembon means fine gold. Māளிகை is mansion. So sembonin māளிகை சூழ். So the tirukkolili, which is full of nice, rich mansions. That's the meaning of that phrase. So basically, tirukkolili, or Lord of tirukkolili, that has a lot of fancy mansions. anbu-aduvāy adiyerkku attitara paniye. Anbu means love. It has several meanings, but the primary meaning is love, and the related meaning is grace, daya. So, please bestow your grace on me, anbu-aduvāy, showing your grace, adiyerkku, to me, avai, they, or those that rise, attitara paniye, order that to be delivered. So, anbu-aduvāy adiyerkku avai attitara paniye. O Lord, please show your mercy on me and order that the rice be delivered in Tiruvarur. That is the gist of the seventh song. We can talk more detail, or if you have any more questions, we can talk. But let me know if you have any questions or comments, or you want more explanation. If you are on mute, you can unmute and ask.
Yeah,
No?
I was wondering, like, why did he just describe randomly her hair? I was like,
Good question. Good
Uma
question. Yeah. That's but in the one thing is that when they are describing because this is poetry,
okay.
they have to have the meter, they have to have the rhymes, and they have to have some typical poetry qualities.
Okay.
Right? That is one aspect. Describing the beauty of Uma Devi. Why does he have to describe the beauty of Uma Devi? That's he is describing. Okay, and depending on the song, they may describe different things. Right? In the in the previous songs, right? You have seen, for example, in song number 4. Right? In song number 4, he says, "Thondaivai umai nangai." We talked about it in the last session. Thondaivai means Uma Devi with red lips, like a the donda fruit, right? Like that, she has coral lips. So that is basically describing the beauty of Uma, and in different songs he takes up different aspects of Uma and describes that. And in the song number 5, he sings Mullai Muruval Umai. Muruval means smile, and mullai means mullai flower, which is like a long white flower. So the mullai buds, if you see, like her teeth are like row of mullai buds, and she is smiling with her teeth. That's what he's saying, Mullai Muruval Umai. And in the 6th song, he's saying Kurav amarum kuḻalāḻ. That's again describing the hair of Uma Devi. In this song, he is describing the hair of Uma Devi. In the next song, he is going to describe her waist. So he is describing Uma Devi in different songs, different aspects of Uma Devi.
Oh,
does that provide that background?
Yes.
Here, one addition is there. Suppose you take I think Ramakrishna is expert. If you take Lalita Sahasranamam, Champaka Shoga Punnaga Saugandhi Kalasatkacha, correct? Ramakrishna?
Yes.
So here also for describing Lalita Devi, you Saugandhi Kalasatkacha. That means basically very fragrant hair.
Yeah. Even in Saundarya Lahari, he talks about her hair, that it is called Kavari Bandham also. Like Sri Chagantikar says, the hair is bluish, a bit bluish, and very, very dark, and very fragrant. The bees are attracted to it, and they say that whoever has a vision of her Kavari Bandham, their difficulties are immediately removed. So maybe he already knows that that secret, and he was talking about his hair, because they have a difficulty also, no? This time.
Yes. Yeah. So all the saints, right? They will have similar experiences or similar, the way they describe the Lord, the way they describe Uma Devi, you will find a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Good. And let's go to the 8th song now. And maybe Murthy, you can repeat with me. Arakkan mudi karangal.
Arakkan mudi karangal.
Adartitta. ādip-pirān.
ādip-pirān.
Parakkum aravu-algulāḻ. Paravai aval வாடுகின்றாள். குரக்கினங்கள் குதிகொள். குண்டையூர் சில நெல்லு பெற்றேன். இரக்கமதாய். அடியேற்கு. அவை அட்டித்தர பணியே. Yeah, very good. So in this song, is again describing, requesting that I got some rice in Kundayur. Please show mercy and have them delivered in Tiruvarur. That's the gist of this song, as gist of every song in this padigam. And in this 8th verse is referring to Shiva crushing Ravana, and is referring to his wife Paravai, and says that Paravai is suffering. Oh Lord, please deliver that rice in Tiruvarur. And as you know from some other tēvāram padigams, in some other tēvāram, in every padigam, in the 8th song, he will refer to Ravana getting crushed under Kailasam. And in the 9th song, he will refer to Brahma and Vishnu trying to see the bottom and top of the endless fire of Shiva. And in this padigam, Sundarar is using the similar approach. In the 8th song, he is referring to Ravana. In the 9th song, he is referring to Brahma and Vishnu. Usually, Sundarar doesn't follow that pattern, but it so happens that in this padigam, he is using that pattern. So now we look at the phrases. The first line refers to Shiva who crushed Ravana. Second line refers to his wife Paravai, who is suffering. And the third line says, I got some rice in Kundayur. In the fourth line, please deliver that in Tiruvarur. Now we will look at the meaning. Arakkan mudi karangal adarthitta em ādip-pirān. So Arakkan is a Rakshasa. So many Sanskritam words, when they come into Tamil, they get Tamilized version of that word, because Tamil doesn't have some letters that are existing in Sanskritam, so they get adapted to Tamil. So Rakshasa, when it comes to Tamil, it becomes as Arakkan. So here Arakkan refers to Ravana. How we will see it from the next phrase. Mudi karangal adarthitta. Mudi is crown or head. Karangal is Sanskrit word kara, is hands. So adarthitta. Adarthal means to crush. Em ādip-pirān. Adi is Sanskrit word primal, the primordial one. Pirān is the Lord. So, O our Lord, O primal Lord, that's the meaning of the last phrase, ādip-pirān, em ādip-pirān, O our primal Lord. And then the previous part of the first line is referring to the Ravana episode. Ravana lifted Kailasa mountain, and Umadevi was a bit afraid. Why is Kailasam shaking? And Shiva slightly put his big toe on the mountain, and then it crushed Ravana. And the Ravana's arms and heads were all crushed. And that's what is referring to. Arakkan mudi karangal adarthitta. O Lord, who crushed Ravana's heads and arms. Then second line is referring to his wife Paravai, who is in Tiruvarur, and is referring to the fact that she is sort of suffering, because she is suffering not only because she doesn't have much to eat, she is also suffering because she is not able to take care of the guests who come, right? All the Shiva devotees who come visit Tiruvarur, who come to see Sundarar, and they will take care of them, they will feed them and all that, right? So she is suffering because she is not able to feed the Shiva devotees who visit them. So that's what is referring to the second line. Parakkum aravu-algulāḻ Paravai aval vadugindraள். Paravai is the name of his wife. Aval vadugindraள். So that Paravai is suffering. Vadudal means to suffer. So Paravai is suffering. That is the second half of the second line. And the first part of the second line, Parakkum aravu-algulāḻ. That is describing Paravai. Remember, as we saw in the previous song, when Umadevi was described, they take some aspect of Umadevi and describe that. And there are, in poetry, in literature, they have standard or typical aspects that they describe. When they describe a man, they describe his chest, they describe his arms, they describe his valor, those kind of things. And when they describe women, they describe their beauty, their tenderness, their slender waist, their big eyes. So there are standard literary way of describing. So he is describing her as a parakkum aravu-algulāḻ. This is referring to the waist and hip area. So one of the standard way of describing the waist or the hip area is that it is shaped like a hood of a snake. That's what it means. Parakkum aravu-algulāḻ. Algul means the hip area. Aravu means snake. Parakkum means wide. So the women, we have the long eyes, big eyes, and slender waist, and wide hips, and all those are standard way of describing women. And he's saying the hip area is shaped like a hood of a snake. We know how a cobra, when it raises the hood, we know that it'll be slender, and then it'll become wide, and it'll become narrow again. Like that is the shape of the body. That's what he's describing. Parakkum aravu-algulāḻ paravai. That paravai is suffering. Aval vadugindraள். And in the third line he says, I got some paddy in Kundayur. Kurakkinangal kudigol Kundayur chila nellu pettrain. Nellu is, I think it is same in Telugu too. Paddy or rice. Chila is some. Kundayur, name of that village where he got this. Pettrain means I got. So Kundayur chila nellu pettrain. I got some rice in Kundayur. Remember, he is saying some rice. Chila is some. Even though there is mountain of paddy in Kundayur, it's such a large quantity that he cannot move it to Tiruvarur. But he is describing this some. That's a very interesting thing why we have to think of some. Because even though it is lot from human perspective, it is nothing for Shiva. Like that. Basically, this has to be delivered, right? So, even though it is too much for him to carry it, but it is nothing for Shiva to get it delivered. So that's why he described as Silanel. And Kurakkinangal kudigol. That is a descriptive phrase for Kundayur. So Kundayur is where the monkeys are jumping. Kurakkinangal means groups of monkeys. Kuranga is monkey, and groups of monkeys is Kurakkinangal. Kudigol. Kudi means to jump. So he is describing Kundayur as a place where groups of monkeys are jumping around. That means, what does that mean? That means it is full of groves, surrounded by groves and forest. And so there are a lot of monkeys, and they are all happy because they find food to eat, so they are frolicking in the trees. So that kind of a Kundayur. In that Kundayur, I got some rice. And then in the fourth line is requesting. Irakkam-adāy adiyerku avai atti tara paniye. Irakkam is a Tamil word for pity or daya. So take pity on me, show some mercy on me, and adiyerku to me, avai atti tara paniye. Please deliver them to me in Tiruvarur. So, O Lord, please show mercy on me and have this rice delivered in Tiruvarur. So that is the gist of 8th song. If you have any questions, comments, you can talk. No questions, Madhuri?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So then we move to the 9th verse. Maybe Ramakrishna, you can repeat with me. Pandaya mal piraman.
Pandaya mal piraman.
Parandum idandum
parandum idandum
ayarndum
ayarndum
kandilarai
kandilarai
avargal
avargal
kadal kaanbaridu
kadal kaanbaridu
ādip-pirān
ādip-pirān
தென்திரை
தென்திரை
நீர்வயல் சூழ்
நீர்வயல் சூழ்
tiruk-kōḷili emberumān
tirukkolili emberumān
அண்டமது ஆயவனே
அண்டமது ஆயவனே
அவை அட்டித்தர பணியே.
அவை அட்டித்தரப் பணியே.
Good. So in this 9th verse is referring to Brahma and Vishnu trying to see the bottom and top of the endless column of fire, and then is describing tirukkolili and says, "O Lord, deliver the rice to me." Again, in this 9th song, he doesn't explicitly refer to the rice, but in the 8th song, he refers to Kundayur Chila Nellu Petrain. It means I got some rice in Kundayur, and we have to assume, or we have to bring that into the 9th verse and infer it when we describe the meaning. So, I got some rice in Kundayur, O Lord, deliver them in Tiruvaram. And as I said in the previous song, the 9th verse here is referring to Brahma Vishnu, and that is a normal pattern that Sundara Samandara uses in all his padigams. In the 9th song, Sundara Samandara always refers to Brahma Vishnu trying to find the top and bottom of that fire. So now we look at the meaning. Pandaya mal piraman parandum idandum ayarndum kandilarai avargal kadal kaanbaridaya piran. That is one phrase that comes in 2 lines. So Piran is Lord, and is referring to that Lord who was not reachable by Brahma and Vishnu. So Pandaya mal piraman. Mal is Vishnu, Piraman is Brahma. So in Tamil, in tēvāram for example, the word Vishnu will not come because the Sha does not exist in Tamil. That's one part. And the second part is that there are Tamil words for Vishnu, and the Mal or Thirumal is the Tamil word for Vishnu. And Brahma is what is referred as Piraman in this song. So Pandaya means, Pandu is old, Pandaya is in olden times. Vishnu and Brahma, they too, what did they do? Parandum, idandum. Brahma flew. Parathal is to fly, idathal is to dig. So Parandum, idandum means flying and digging. Ayarndum, ayarndum means growing weary, becoming tired. So Brahma Vishnu flew and dug, and they both grew tired. They both became weary, and they could not see. Kandilarai. Kanadal is to see. Kandilar means they could not see. So since they could not see, what they could not see? Avargal kadal kaanbu aridaya-pirān. Kadal is feet. You may have seen in other padigams, there are songs where the feet is referred to as kadal. Kadal is a ornament that is worn by men as a symbol of their valor. So by association, kadal refers to the pāgam, feet. So kadal kaanbaridaya-pirān means they could not see the holy feet. Kadal kaanbarid, they could not see. So just as the first 2 lines refer to in long time ago, when Brahma and Vishnu tried to see the top and bottom of the fire by flying as a annapakshi and digging as a boar. They both tried for a long time. They could not see and they grew tired and they gave up and they worshipped the Lord. So that is what is referring to this in the first two lines. O Lord, who is of such infinite quality that you could not be seen by Brahma and Vishnu. And then where is that Lord? That Lord is in tirukkolili, the third line. Then thirai neer vayal sool tirukkolili emberumān. So Lord in tirukkolili. And then the first half of the third line is descriptive phrase for tirukkolili. Tirukkolili, that is surrounded by fertile fields, that is full of water. That's what he's saying. Then thirai neer means thirai is wave, then is clear, neer is water. So then thirai neer is water that is with clear waves. Right? This is referring to the Kaveri river and the river water that is flowing, and then that water is in the vayal. Vayal is fields, the rice fields, paddy fields. And so tirukkolili, that is surrounded by rich, fertile fields that is full of clear water. You know, describing the natural beauty of tirukkolili. O Lord in that tirukkolili. And then he says, anbu-aduvāy. Andam is Sanskritam word. All the worlds, the prapancham. Right? O Lord who is all the worlds. Anbu-aduvāy. You are everything. You are all the worlds. O Lord, avai attitarapaniye. That the rice that I got in Kundayur, that rice, please deliver that in Thiruvaru. That is the direct meaning of 9th verse. If you have any comments, questions, we can talk. Okay. If not, we are going to go to the 10th verse. And Chakravarti, you can, if you are there, you can repeat with me.
Yes, sure.
Kollai valam puravil.
Kollai valam puravil.
Tirukkolili meyavanai.
Tirukkolili meyavanai.
Nallavar tham paravum.
Nallavar tham paravum.
Tirunavala ooran avan.
Tirunavala ooran avan.
Nellida.
Nellida.
Ātkal vendi.
Ātkal vendi.
ninaindhadiyEn.
ninaindhadiyEn.
pattum vallar.
pattum vallar.
allal kalaindu ulagil.
allal kalaindu ulagil.
under vaanulagu āڵbavare.
under vaanulagu āڵbavare.
Good. So in the 10th verse, in Sundarar thevaram, in the final song, he refers to the fact that, he has sung Sundarar. He puts his name like signature. He puts his signature, I Sundarar. Sang this padigam on the Lord of this salam. And he says, those who sing this padigam will get this benefit. Like a Palashruti song. And so Sambandar, in his final padigam, in his padigams, in the final song, he refers to that I Sambandar sang this padigam on Lord of this salam, and those who recite this padigam will get this benefit. Like that, Sundarar also does that. But Tirunavukarasar does not use that kind of a signature song. So what he is saying in the 10th song is that I have sung this padigam on Tirukkolili Swami, and those who sing this 10 will reach Sivalokam. That is the gist of that song. Now you look at the phrases. The first line, it says, this song has been sung on the Lord of Tirukkolili. The second line says, this song has been sung by Sundarar. The third line says, those who sing these 10 songs. Fourth line says, will get this benefit. They will be free of misery and they will reach Sivalokam. Now we will look at the phrases and the words and the meaning. tirukkolili meyavanai, the Lord who dwells in tirukkolili. Meyavan means who dwells. So the Lord dwelling in tirukkolili, that Lord. And how is that tirukkolili? That is a descriptive phrase before that. Kollai valam puravil tirukkolili. Valam means rich, fertile. Kollai is a description, is a word referring to a type of land. Puravu is also referring to the type of land and the fields and the groves and all that. So Kollai, Puravu, both words refer to the lands and the groves and all the other things that surround that. And these are all very rich and fertile. That's what. Kollai valam puravil. So in the tirukkolili, that is surrounded by fertile fields and groves. The Lord who is dwelling in that tirukkolili. And then second line, Nallavar Thamparavum Thiru Navala Uranavan. So I and Sundarar, right? He never says the word Sundarar. If you remember, Sundarar is the name that we used to refer to him because of his name in Kailasam. He was a Alala Sundarar in Kailasam. Because of that, we refer to him as Sundaramurti Nayanar. But in his songs, he always refers to himself as the name that is given to him by his parents or by the name of the town. So and so hailing from this town. Like that, here he is referring to his native place. You know, Sundarar was born in Tirunavalur. So he is saying, I from Tirunavalur. That's what he is saying. Tirunavala Uran means the one from Tirunavalur. And how is that Tirunavalur? That is Nallavar Thamparavum Tirunavalur. So the Tirunavalur is, praised by good people. Nallavar is good people. Or, the learned people, the wise men, the devotees, that kind of thing. Nallavar. Tham Paravum. Paravum means who are praising. So the Tirunavalur is praised by the good people. That means there are a lot of learned people and good men who come to Tirunavalur and who praise that Salam because it's the greatness of the Kshetram. That's what he's describing. So I, Sundaran, who is hailing from Tirunavalur, that is a holy Kshetram praised by good men. I have sung, in the third line he says, I have sung this padigam, and he is describing why he sang this padigam. Nellida aatkal vendi ninaindu ettiya pathu. Pathu is 10 songs, and that is what is referring to this padigam. And Sundara sang this padigam for what? Nellida aatkal vendi. He wanted the people or the servants or basically you can look at it as people, right? He wanted people to carry the paddy to Thiruvarur. So Nellida aatkal vendi, requesting manpower to deliver the paddy to Thiruvarur. Ninaindu ettiya pathu. He thought about that request and composed this padigam and sang. This 10, pattum vallar, those who are capable of singing this padigam. Vallar is capable. Those who are capable of singing this padigam. Meaning, when he says those who are capable of singing this padigam means those who are capable of singing this padigam with true devotion. That is implicit. Those who are singing this padigam with devotion, what will be the benefit they get? That is the fourth line. Allal kalaindu ulagil. Ulagi means lokam. In this lokam, allal kalaindu. They will be free of misery. Allal is difficulty or trouble or misery. You can name any kind of things, right? Kalaindu means being rid of. Ulagil means in this world. So, those who recite this padigam, they will be free of misery in this world. That means in this life, they will be free of misery. And then, after this life, under vambu-aduvāy. Under is Deva. Under is Devas. Vambu-aduvāy means the world that is above the under. devas. So the world that is seen as a world that is above the devas. That means the devalokam is above us, and even above the devalokam, higher than the devalokam is the shivalokam. That's what it's saying. Under vanulag. So the heavens, that is even heavens for the devas. That kind of a superior world. That world, albavare, means they will be residing there. So basically, the devotees who recite this padigam will be free of troubles in this life, and they will be in shivalokam after this life. That is the benefit is describing that one will get by reciting this padigam. So with that we cover this 10th song. So as you can see in this whole padigam, Sundarar repeats the request, "O Lord, please order that the rice be delivered in Tiruvarur." And in every song he is describing Ardhanarishwara He is referring to the fact that Shiva knows the difficulty of a married householder's life because he has got 2 women with him. So he can understand Sundarar's plight, and so he should bestow his grace. And so whole padigam is referring to that request. It's a very wonderful padigam, and it's a very musical padigam. When I describe when I'm reciting or when I'm saying this, I'm splitting the words, but then I've given the meter on the top of this. As you can see, in the beginning of the padigam, I say the meter, tānana, tānadanā, tana, tānana, tānadanā. When you hear the Oduvar singing, you can hear that rhythm. So with that, we complete this padigam. Any comments on the 10th song or on any other song in this padigam? You can ask or state. If you are on mute, unmute and ask. No comments or questions? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think we are good.
Excellent. I'm very happy. So I think last time we did not play the Oduvar singing, but if you want, we can listen to the Oduvar singing. If that is of interest, let me know. Yes? No?
Oh, yeah, we will listen the whole thing.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to think who I played last time. I think last time I played, I'm trying to think now. Give me a second. I'm trying to locate that. Okay, we listen to Sadgunathan, so this time we will listen to Dharmapuram Swaminathan.
tiruk-kōḷili, tirukkuvalai, tiruk-kōḷili kureikalal potti, tiruvandar poongodili, adi potti.
So with that, we will conclude today's session. We will meet next week with another padigam. Tiruchitrambalam.